Hey everyone, I'm Mehak, and today we are going to talk about delivery systems. I am going to talk about the most popular one used in the US, called Design, Bid, Build. So, what is Design, Bid, Build? It is one of the most traditional processes in the US construction since the late 1800s. In this method, the owner contracts separately to the design firm and the general contractor. Let's talk about the parties that are directly involved in this process. First, you'll have the owner, who manages the overall process and maintains a significant control through the construction manager, and is responsible for the funding of the project. Next, you'll have the architect or design firm, who prepares and interprets plans and specs. The architect will also be the person to assist the construction manager with any design concerns through RFIs, submittals, and transmittals. The architect will also be the one to approve chop drawings. Then you'll have the general contractor, who does not participate in any design but is mainly responsible for means, methods, and sequencing the work. So how does the process work? Well, first, the architect or design firm gives the owner 100% complete design documents. Then the owner or representative will present a bid option to their contractors and will go with the lowest responsible bidder. Let's take a look at the relationship between these three. The owner will only have a direct relationship between the contractor and the architect. The architect and contractor will have an indirect relationship between them. Furthermore, the architect will have a direct relationship between the subconsultants, and the general contractor will have a direct relationship between the subcontractors. So why choose a design bid build? Let's take a look at some of the advantages and disadvantages. First, we'll start with the pros. 1. It can result in a lower construction cost due to open field of bidding competition. 2. It defines the roles and responsibilities for the team to prevent any confusion in the future. 3. It is a very familiar popular method, so it is easier to work with. Let's take a look at some of the cons. 1. Just because you have the lowest priced general contractor, it does not mean it is always the most qualified. 2. Since the general contractor is not on the board early in the process, they do not get to give their feedback during the design phase. 3. There are higher chances of change orders during the construction process due to bidders not being able to collaborate with the design team for better options. These are just a few examples of pros and cons. In conclusion, Design Bid Build is still one of the most popular delivery systems used in the US. As everything, it does have its pros and cons, but let's take a look at some of the other delivery systems, starting with Alan.
Thanks, Mehak. This is Alan Barker, and today I will be discussing the construction manager at risk. What is a construction manager at risk? The construction manager is part of the owner's team. This allows collaboration of talents between the architect and the contractor. The contractor manages all of the subcontractors for the project. Based on subcontractor bids and scope of the project, the construction manager agrees to a guaranteed maximum price for the project. How does this work? Just like in the design bid build process, the owner selects a design architect or engineering firm. But unlike waiting for the design to be completed before looking for a contractor to build it, the owner just selects a contractor to be part of the design team as soon as the architect is chosen. The architect is hired to interpret standards and specifications of the build. They review scope and design issues and work with the contractor and the owner to authorize change orders. The construction manager is responsible for the means and the methods of the project. They select all subcontractors and material suppliers and agrees to a guaranteed maximum price for the project. By bringing the contractor and the architect on at the same time creates a unique design team. The benefits of this unique design team: the experience, wisdom, creativity, and engineering skills of the architect and the contractor are combined at the table with the owner's understanding of the project's requirement. This group has more complete control and unity. Together, they command the classic tripod of functional requirements, design, and construction. They are non-adversarial. They collaborate to make decisions. The contractor can review the architect's drawings and often catches errors, reducing the architect and the owner's risk. The architect can review the contractor's approach to the work, making helpful recommendations. This provides a well-developed project plan. Subcontractors. From this design, the contractor can issue out bids to subcontractors for all the required trades to complete the project. To avoid conflict of interest, the construction firm does not self-perform any of the work. This procedure is more methodical, manageable, predictable, and less risky for the construction manager. This also gives each trade contractor a fair shot at being the low bidder without fear of bid shopping. Guaranteed maximum price. The construction manager at risk contract is a cost plus a fee contract with a guaranteed maximum. It is the sum of the construction manager's fee, the construction manager's contingency, the general conditions construction, all the subcontracts, plus an estimate for unbid contracts. The contractor at risk agrees to pay for the costs that exceed the guaranteed maximum price and are not a result of the changes in the construction contract documents. In conclusion, the construction manager at risk is a collaborated effort of unique skills that make a well-thought-out design. Cost and fees are in the open for everyone to see. All subcontractors can compete on a level playing field to avoid bid shopping. The owner knows what they are paying for up front. This is a well-oiled machine. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Alan. Hi, my name is Cody Fridley, and today I'm going to be discussing the engineering, procurement, and construction delivery method. So what is engineering, procurement, and construction? EPC is more than just a construction delivery system. EPC contractors deliver not just a building, but a custom engineered system within the building. EPC is similar to design build, but with more risk for the contractor. In a traditional design build contract, some of the risk is shared between the owner and the contractor. These risks typically include unknowns such as site conditions. In any EPC contract, all of the risks are usually transferred to the contractor. In an EPC delivery system, the owner contracts with only the EPC contractor and no one else. EPC firms not only guarantee the reliability of the structure, but also the components and efficiency of the system as a whole. The only parties involved in the EPC delivery method are the owner and the EPC firm. The owner will typically take a hands-off approach and only provide minimum performance and design criteria for the EPC contractor. The owner also provides all funding for the project. The EPC firm is responsible for every aspect of the project to include process design, building design, procurement of all materials, and all construction activities. The EPC contractor essentially delivers a turnkey project for the owner. The relationships in an EPC delivery system are fairly simple. The owner only has direct communication with the EPC firm. The EPC firm is responsible for relaying any information from its material suppliers, subcontractors, or design consultants to the owner. So why would any owner want to go with an EPC delivery method? If you're an owner that operates in any of these industries, you may wish to contract with an EPC firm for your construction needs. Oil and gas, chemicals, electric power, metals, mining, aerospace, automotive, food and beverage, or pharmaceutical. Owners that are involved in specialty industries such as the previously mentioned typically contract with EPC firms. Owners from these industries might contract with an EPC firm because they enjoy the simplicity of a single point of contact. EPC firms also use the guaranteed maximum price or lump sum method for payment, which gives the owner certainty over the final price. They will also typically guarantee the system performance and accept most or all of the risk for the project on behalf of the owner. There are, however, some cons to the EPC delivery method that every owner should be aware of. Since the owner is less involved in the project, there can sometimes be a loss of design control. Another con attributed to the hands-off approach of the owner is that the quality assurance and quality control is usually entirely in the hands of the contractor. Also, at the beginning of the project, there can sometimes be a lack of scope and/or project definition that can lead to difficulties later on. Thank you for watching our presentation on construction delivery methods.